Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. So isn't it interesting that this guy here is carrying the energy from this morning forward? And I think this guy is from underneath me. So this is all a very interesting meeting. To you guys it doesn't look like that, I understand, but to me right now, I also think that that's dog lady there, the monitor from that video where she was over here with the coffee while walking the dog. I think that's her. I thought it was the one in the fluoro yellow, but actually that's another lady now, it turns out. Because I would see this one sitting at midnight, or maybe they share the jumper, because I thought it was her once. So that's what I think's happened, they share the jumper. Because she was there then at midnight one time, and yeah, this is all very interesting little meeting. To you guys watching, you're like, meh, but to me, it's, you know, like a cosmic giggle moment. And what's interesting, I was just feeling the bad energy from, I think, the guy over there, and you know, the latching, and basically you get pulled up and backward onto the telepathic grid. That 2-inch head tilt. The 2-inch head tilt I've mentioned on the channel many times. It's funny that a 2-inch head tilt is, you know, the difference between getting on the telepathic hive net, right? Just a little bit of a posture change. Very interesting. And so I find there was, yeah, that's him from underneath for sure. He just looked back up too. He just looked from there, turned around and actually looked back up me very, very briefly. So that was the demon energy in him. You see that? I told you there's a connection. That was awesome to catch. Yeah, that's him, for sure. Old matey. Yeah. He's going somewhere else, but he's from under here. And they may be talking to them, which is pretty interesting. Right? Sorry, I was just looking what they're doing. And yeah, I find this pretty interesting that, you know, it's night and day. Fluoro again. And the cough. There was the cough if you didn't hear it. Yeah, so he's the one with the bad energy there, the real bad energy. Then you have like an afraid monitorer. And because she's holding that like fear energy, I can feel, that is also bringing her into just the same vicinity as old mate here with like anger energy. And it's, you know, those mental devils can grab onto you then. It's like you become visible in their dimension or something on the Ego Ethereum platform. Do you understand? So they can like smell your fear when in your emotional body, when it's like you're in their plane of existence. You might say it like that. Although we too exist there, but it's just like they can just sense you having whatever, you know, negative acidic chi or like emotional fear and stuff, right? Those sorts of energies, and anger as well. And remember, I've associated the wrath, or Binfeld has associated the wrath with Satan, and then lust with Asmodeus, Lucifer pride, right? Leviathan is, you know, the envy. And so these are the ego devils that gang stalkers are always cycling through, at the very least when they are in contact with us, what we call ourselves TIs, or targeted individuals. This happens a lot here too. That's a person sitting at the window there. Bit conspicuous or non-conspicuous. I know, it looks a bit conspicuous to me. And they were doing it, there was another, and they take turns. This is why people think that it's like some program from, you know, government agencies and stuff. Because you can clearly see that they're taking turns. For instance, over there, they were doing it for a while, and now nothing. It's like, what, did they get sacked, laid off? It's very strange, very strange. You got to watch this stuff. Now, I've never been in an environment like this with so many units. So it's a very interesting place to learn another like level of the gang stalking. You know what I mean? Especially in this country with their like communist socialist nature has been just like, they have like quite a control so that they don't hide it as much, and it's just not as hidden. And it's just more part of their culture, you know what I mean, to be gang stalking. So that's why we've had some very interesting videos over here. Man, at the start of this channel, back at that other camping ground and stuff, I could have recorded so much more. But back then, nobody was donating, so it would have been my ass on the street and my life every time, you know what I mean? Yeah, so isn't it interesting? Because this is, just after this morning. And then yesterday we had the other girl with the fluoro green there and the yellow. That was yesterday morning. Then this morning I had the guys just located here till I went and had the shower. And I'm not saying nothing about that person. Nothing. Can't feel nothing. Can't sense nothing, you see? Minding their own business, you see what I mean? I'm telling you, there's something sus about all this fluoro. And when it's around, and it's not subconscious expectation for sure, because I'm always like totally focused on something else, and then it's there too in order to take your attention away from what you're thinking about inside. Remember, we've talked about that for years, the distraction. And look, I've got the coughing. The coughing is occurring. I don't know if you're picking it up, but I'm definitely hearing it. It's funny, man. Like how it's all, and you can feel it, it's predictable, etc. Anyway, just there it is again, more fluoro. Yeah, so gang stalking colours is what it's called, and different people apparently get different colours. But all it is a distraction technique, and a thing, part of gang stalking, that is to make you realize that you're being gang stalked. It's basically so the target definitely knows. Do you understand? And to you guys, unless I record it like this, like every day, and show you, you don't think anything of it. But then some of you, will start to see the pattern, and it's just weird, right? To begin with, anyway. And then until you start thinking about it all and what could possibly be driving it, why is it happening, and so forth, right? Anyway, it's basically to let the target know that yes, you're somehow being monitored and stalked. See my other videos for explanations.